Grade 8s and grade 9s, let us consider the diagram at hand. Now, before we can get into the task of calculating the value of x of our diagram, let me remind you that you are now heading towards the final examinations. And the only thing that can come out of the final examinations if you don't study is that you're going to fail. That is every possibility that will that you will experience if you do not study, if you do not prepare for the final examinations. And for those learners who are having a hard time studying alone, you should make sure that you study with NETA. For those learners who thinks or who have been told that they are slow learners, you are not a slow learner. The fact that your educators have been failing to ensure that you achieve a level 6 and level 7 does not make you a slow learner. Come to study with NETA so that we can show you and demonstrate to you that you are not a slow learner. Now, the structure before us shows a triangle which has a very special name. We are dealing with a triangle of an equilateral triangle, and the reason why I'm saying we have an equilateral triangle is because these three symbols are an indication that line AB equals line BC, which is ultimately the same size as line AC, which means that line AB is equals to BC and AC. These three symbols are a demonstrative of that actuality, that all these lines are equal, all your sides are equal. Hence, I took a conclusion that we are dealing with an equilateral triangle. And this, if then this is an equilateral triangle and all sides are equal, then that means that for the mere fact that all sides are equal, then the actuality is that all angles are also equal, which means that angle C equals to angle A, which is equals to angle B, which are all equals to the value of x. Then we know that whenever we are given any triangle and we are asked to solve for an unknown value, the approach, the geniusness to apply is always the geniusness of saying that angle A plus angle B plus angle C are all supplementary. When they are supplementary, it means that they add up to 180 degrees, and the reason is angles of a triangle. And angle A has been established. We know that our angle C is x. We established that our angle B is also x, and our angle A is also x, because all angles of an equilateral triangle are always equal. Then we solve for x. When we add all of x plus x is 3x. And in the instance, and in every possibility where you might be unable to solve for x, please ensure that you study with NETA so that we show you how all the solving of x is done and how it should or should not be done, because many of you are making a lot of mistakes when you solve for x. And we divide both sides by 3, and then we get the value of 60 degrees. Now, in the case where you might have missed anything that has been going on throughout the course of the lesson, please ensure that you submit all of your confusions and misunderstanding to NETA WhatsApp study session, so that we can be able to ensure that we agitate your understanding. Because if your educators are not making sure that you understand what you're being taught, they are probably confusing you. That is the only way. It's either they're making sure that you understand, or they're carrying the process of confusing you. And from where I am standing, they've been confusing you from term 1 to date because of the results of your poor performances. Study with NETA so that you can be able to achieve level 6 and level 7. That's the only way to achieve mathematics and natural science and your other subjects with the performance of your satisfaction.